In this video, we'll look at how to work with annuities online using the TVM solver, and these examples will cover future value. I recommend you watch the annuities online video for present value first. Nevertheless, here is our first problem right off your sheet. Question 3. It's savings, so it's for the future. Find the future value. Let's see if I can get that a little closer. So you invest $20 a week for 5 years. How much money will you have if the interest rate is 4.75% compounded biweekly? Okay, we're going to fill those values in, both online and on our sheet. So first things first, in the present value stuff, the present value was the loan. When you're saving for the future, how much money do you start with? Nothing. So when you're saving for the future, present value is 0. How about our payment? Well, that's what the question asked us to solve for. So the question asked us to solve for the future value. It says you invest $20 a week. My mistake. Let's put that in. $20 a week, and as always, the payment is negative. What we're going to solve for, I'm reading the question again, how much money will you have? That's future value. So leave it blank. Our interest rate is 4.75%. And I'm always going to give you compounded annually. But you got to be careful for periods. How often am I making payments? Weekly. So let's change this to weekly. And how many periods are there? It says once a week for 5 years. So on my calculator, I'm going 52, because that's 52 weeks in a year, times 5 years. And I get 260. So that's 260 total periods, and they happen weekly. Look for the word compounded. How often is the interest charged? Bi-weekly. So change compounding to bi-weekly. And we've got everything set up. Our future value is what we'll solve for. Click this button. And the future value is $5,866.09. We'll show that on a piece of paper. So you write down everything. It was not a loan, so start with 0 saved. Pay $20 per week. Your future value is what we solved for. Put a star. The annual rate was 4.75. Your periods were a total of 260, which were done weekly, and the interest was compounded bi-weekly. Final answer, therefore statement, you will have $5,866.09. Notice the dollar sign. The next part says calculate the total interest. Well, first we'll calculate our total paid. That's the same as before. You just take your payment, 20, and the number of payments, 260. It doesn't even matter what order you do them. As long as you do 20 times 260 or 260 times 20, it's the same thing. You get a total of $5,200 when you do $20 260 times. So your total paid is $5,200. But different than present value, when you're solving for future value, you end up with more money. So when we're calculating the total interest, you take the amount you have at the end, you ended up with $5,866.09, and you subtract the smaller amount. This time you paid less than you earned, right? Because you saved up the money. It's earning interest. So what you end up with minus what you paid, in this case, gives you $666.09. Don't be freaked out by the number, it's fine. Therefore statement, your total interest you earned $666.09. Let's look at another question. This time it's still future value, but the question here asks you to calculate something different. Oh, there's a hole punched through, but it's saving, finding the payment. You want to have $20,000 saved up for post-secondary in 2 years. You can get 6.1% interest compounded semi-monthly. How much should you invest each month? Okay, we can reset or just type over the fields. We're going to do the same thing as last time. We're saving for the future. So how much do you have when you start saving? The present value? 0. How about your payment? Well, the payment's what we're going to solve for, so leave it blank. And this time it tells us, instead of solving for future value, we're trying to get the future value to be 20,000. So let's type in 20,000 there. In question 4, the interest rate we can get from the bank is 6.1% annually. It's always annually in this class. For the periods, it says 2 years, and you're investing each month. So leave this monthly, and the periods is 2 years times 12 months a year. You can do it on a calculator. That's 24 months in 2 years. And then look for the word compounded. The interest is compounded semi-monthly. So let's change this to semi-monthly. And now we're all set. Everything's filled in. Calculate the payment by clicking on this payment button. And you get $785.59. So write it up. You're going to have to show this work every time. You start with $0. We solve for payment. Put a star. Notice I'm abbreviating some of the words. That's okay as long as you put the abbreviations. You're saving up $20,000 at 6.1% interest. Notice I identified the period of 24 months, and I have to say monthly. And the compounding is semi-monthly. So your total payment, or each payment, is $785.59. Now let's calculate the total paid. Total paid looks the same as last question. You make a total of 24 payments. Those payments were $785.59, so 24 times the payment. You spent a total of $18,854.19 to save up to $20,000. So how much interest did you earn? Well, take the bigger number, or since you made money, your total interest is how much you ended up with minus your total paid, how much you spent. So you earned $20,000 by spending $18,854.16. So your total interest, therefore statement, is $1,145.84. And so we've done it. We are working with annuities online, and we calculated future value. In the first question, we calculated the future value. In the second question, we were given the future value. We solved for the payments. In both questions, we calculated total paid and total interest. And that's it. You can work with annuities online when it's future value.